Hello, my name is Miss Natalie. My colleagues Miss Michaela, Miss Kayla, Miss Courtney, and I will be talking about how providing formative evaluation to your students influences their learning. What is formative assessment? Director of the Melbourne Education Research Institute, John Hattie, describes formative assessment as any activity used as an assessment of learning progress before or during the learning process itself. If you're an educator watching this video, this definition may sound similar to another form of assessment called summative assessment. However, they are quite different. First, formative assessment works to monitor a student's academic progress by helping them see if they're understanding what they're learning. Summative assessment works to show the student and the teacher what has been learned at different points throughout the semester. Second, formative assessments are often ungraded or have very low point values. Again, the purpose is to help the students see where they are academically and whether or not they're understanding the concepts. The assessment should be helpful, not stressful. Teachers use formative assessment because it lets their class know that they are interested in how they're learning in response to your teaching, as well as giving you feedback to help the students learn the material. This gives the teacher more information on how to adjust his or her materials for future classrooms so students learn the most early on in the school year. The following chart shows the role of the teacher, learner, and peers during a formative assessment. As you can see, the main goal for the teacher is clarification, and the main goal for the learner and his or her peers is understanding. When creating a formative assessment, there are 4 elements to keep in mind. Number 1, identifying the gap involves understanding the difference between what students know and what they need to know, and where instruction will be most effective to meet those desired learning goals. Number 2, feedback provides critical information that the teacher needs to pinpoint the current status of a student's learning. Number 3, student involvement in these assessments is critical in order for them to bear any kind of fruit. And number 4, learning progression works to break down a larger learning goal into smaller sub-goals. Here are a few examples of formative assessment to help students and teachers in the learning process. Feel free to get creative and use other methods outside of the ones listed. Socrative is a great and free formative assessment app. Teachers can create quizzes, a space race, or an exit ticket and personalize it for the class. Teachers can also create a quiz that allows the students to answer the question once the teacher clicks a button, so there will be no race to the finish. Teachers can also click a setting that allows them to see who answered what. After seeing the results, the teacher can evaluate whether or not they need to go over the material again for further clarification. If most of the class got it correct, the teacher knows that they can move on to the next section of material. The Answer Pad is another great app or website to use for formative assessment. It is interactive and contains answer sheets and built-in reports. This app focuses on letting students draw and actually show what they know during class. Students are able to take quizzes with it and show their work for each answer. So this would be a great tool to use in a math class while teaching a lesson. The quizzes are actually self-graded, which allows for quick assessments during the process. There are also built-in reports that allow teachers to immediately see how each of their students are doing with each question and answer. Go Soapbox is described as a powerful and flexible intuitive student response system for educators to use in their classrooms. Teachers can digitally engage students to conduct formative assessment and gain insight into student comprehension that was never before possible. Some of the things that are unique to Go Soapbox when compared to other formative assessment apps are the Confusion Barometer and Social Q&A. The Confusion Barometer allows students to show the teacher whether or not they get it and to what extent they understand or are confused. Students are also able to submit their questions to a social Q&A, and this goes to their teacher. The students may also vote on what question is most relevant or what they want to hear answered. The teacher is then able to know what their students want and need to learn and adjust accordingly. Thank you for listening to our presentation. If you want any further resources or references, go ahead and click any of the links in our references section. Thank you.